Think about the last time you left a conversation and felt completely drained, guilty, confused, like somehow everything was your fault, even though you couldn't explain exactly what went wrong. What if that feeling wasn't an accident? Most people think manipulation looks like shouting, threats, or obvious cruelty. But the most dangerous manipulation, it makes you feel like you are the problem. It makes you question your own memory, doubt your own feelings, and slowly, without even realizing it, pull away from the people who love you most. That's not a coincidence. That's psychological manipulation, and it's more common than you think. Have you ever felt this? You walk away from someone and feel like you did something wrong, but you can't figure out what. Or someone makes a joke that cuts deep, but when you react, suddenly you're the sensitive one. Or you've slowly drifted away from your friends and family, and you're only just now realizing how alone you feel. If any of that sounds familiar, you are not alone. And more importantly, it is not your fault. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 signs that someone is secretly manipulating you. These aren't the obvious red flags. These are the subtle ones, the ones that happen slowly, so gradually that most people miss them entirely. And pay close attention to sign number 3, because it's the most common one, and the one people recognize the least. If you've ever walked away from someone feeling emotionally exhausted and confused, hit subscribe. This channel is dedicated to helping you understand psychology, recognize toxic behavior patterns, and protect your peace. The more you understand these patterns, the harder it becomes for anyone to use them against you. Sign number 1, gaslighting, when someone hijacks your reality. The first sign is gaslighting, and here's what's important to understand. Gaslighting doesn't happen once. It happens slowly, repeatedly, systematically. Here's how it plays out. You tell someone, "What you said earlier really hurt me." And instead of acknowledging it, they say, "I never said that." You are imagining things again. Why are you always so sensitive? The first time, you push back. The second time, you start to wonder. The third time, you start thinking, maybe I'm the one who's wrong. That's exactly what gaslighting is designed to do. It makes you stop trusting your own perception. Because once you doubt yourself, you start trusting their version of reality instead. If this has ever happened to you, hear this clearly. You are not crazy. You are not too sensitive. Your feelings are valid. Your memory is reliable. But gaslighting is just the beginning. The next sign goes straight for something even more personal, your kindness. Sign number 2, guilt tripping, when your empathy becomes a weapon. Here's something manipulators are very good at. They identify that you are a caring, empathetic person, and then they use that against you. Picture this. You're exhausted. You tell someone, "Hey, I can't make it this weekend. I really need to rest." And instead of understanding, you get, "Wow, okay, I guess I just can't count on you. After everything I've done for you. No, it's fine. I'll just handle it alone like I always do." Suddenly, you feel like a terrible person, even though all you did was take care of yourself. So you cancel your rest, you show up, you give in. Psychologists call this emotional coercion, using guilt and shame to force compliance. Over time, you stop prioritizing your own needs just to avoid feeling like the bad guy. And that's exactly what the manipulator wants. But the next sign doesn't involve any of this. No guilt, no blame, no confrontation at all. Just silence. And it's somehow worse. Sign number 3, the silent treatment. Silence used as punishment. This is the most common sign on this list, and it's also the one most people mistake for something else. There's a difference between needing space and giving the silent treatment. Needing space sounds like, "I need some time to process this. Can we talk later?" The silent treatment sounds like nothing, complete withdrawal, no texts, no calls, no acknowledgement that you even exist. You had a disagreement, and now it's been hours, maybe days. You're replaying the conversation over and over. Did I say something wrong? Should I apologize? The anxiety builds, the guilt builds, and eventually you apologize, just to make the silence stop. That's not resolution, that's conditioning. Your brain learns conflict equals emotional abandonment, so next time you avoid conflict entirely. You agree when you shouldn't. You stay quiet when you should speak up. And just like that, the manipulator has total control, without saying a single word. If you felt panicked when someone suddenly went cold on you, that reaction is completely normal. You're human. We are all wired to fear social rejection. But the next sign? It hides in plain sight, behind laughter. Sign number 4. Criticism disguised as humor. Have you ever heard something like this? You're still at that job? I thought you'd have moved up by now. Ha, just kidding. Or, oh wow, you made dinner? I'll try to stay awake. I'm joking, relax. The first time, you laugh it off, awkwardly. The second time, a small voice says, wait, did they mean that? By the third or fourth time, you've started to believe it. You've started to see yourself the way they describe you. And if you try to say something, whoa, it's just a joke. Can't you take a joke? Why are you so dramatic? Suddenly you're the problem, not them. Psychologists call this covert aggression, hostility wrapped in humor, so the person never has to take accountability. Real humor brings people together. It never punches down. If you consistently feel worse about yourself after someone's jokes, that's not comedy, that's a pattern. And that pattern builds toward the final sign. The one that quietly removes your entire support system. Sign number 5, isolation, slowly cutting you off from everyone else. This is the most dangerous sign of all, because it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over months, sometimes years, and by the time you notice, you're already alone. Manipulators don't say, stop seeing your friends. Instead, they plant seeds. Your friends don't really care about you the way I do. Your family doesn't understand your relationship like I do. Why do you even need them when you have me? At first, it sounds like love, like protection. But slowly, you start missing calls, skipping plans, pulling away, until one day, you look around and realize there's only one person left in your life. And when someone is your only source of emotional support, leaving them feels almost impossible. That was the plan all along. Isolation creates dependency. Dependency creates control. But here's the good news. The moment you recognize these signs, their power over you starts to break. If any of those signs felt familiar, take a breath. Awareness is the first step, and you just took it. Here are 3 things you can start doing right now. If you consistently feel drained, confused, or like something is off after time with a specific person, that feeling is data. Don't ignore it. Your brain is pattern matching, and it's trying to warn you. You don't need a confrontation. Start small. Try. That comment made me uncomfortable. Or, I need some time to think about that before I respond. Healthy people respect those boundaries, even if they don't love them. Manipulators? They'll push back, guilt trip, go silent. The reaction will tell you everything you need to know. Manipulation thrives in isolation. One honest conversation with a trusted friend, family member, or therapist can cut through the fog faster than anything else. Because when you're inside it, the manipulator's voice is the loudest one. An outside voice changes that. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. You were in a situation where someone was deliberately keeping you confused. And today, you started seeing it clearly. That matters. Here's the truth about manipulators. They don't always look like villains. Sometimes they're charming, funny, even loving. That's exactly what makes this so hard. But now you know what to look for. And the moment you start seeing these patterns clearly is the moment they lose their grip on you. You deserve relationships that make you feel safe, respected, valued, heard, not confused, not controlled, not emotionally exhausted. That is not too much to ask for. and you are allowed to walk away from anything that makes you feel less than that. If this video helped you recognize something in your own life, please hit like. It's a small thing, but it helps this content reach people who might really need to hear it right now. Subscribe if you want more psychology content every week. Videos that help you understand people, protect your energy, and build relationships that actually feel good. And drop a comment below. Which of these 5 signs hit closest to home for you? Your answer might be exactly what someone else needs to see. And if you want to go deeper, the next video on screen right now breaks down how to deal with toxic people without losing your peace. I'll see you there.